Hello raceheads and welcome to Mini Racer Mania. You're watching day 1 of our Fat Track tournament. 32 cars will compete on this fat track that gives ample room for overtaking, for blocking your opponents, for pushing them aside. The fastest car will get 4 points, the slowest car will get 1 point. If you don't finish at all, you will get 0 points, and the car that has the most points after 4 races will advance to the semifinals. If 2 cars are tied at the end of 4 races, the car with the most victories with the more 4 points will advance. The competitors are a BMW 2002, a Mazda MX-5, a Chevy Blazer Custom, and a Aston Martin from 2005. That's a Fast and Furious edition of this Aston Martin. And the race is about to begin, and we will see who will end up first with 4 points. The BMW is off for a good start, taking the lead there. And the Mazda behind, but the Mazda's blocking the Chevy and the Aston Martin. But the Aston survives, and he's trying to overtake the Mazda right there, but he blocks him. And the BMW was really fast, finishing in first place. Oh, and the Aston Martin is not finishing at all. 7.285 is our first time. And by the way, the time, it doesn't really matter. It's just an interesting piece of information for you. But it's just about being the fastest car of those 4. And we see the Chevy laying there near that banked curve. And here's the BMW finishing in first place. And Mazda really blocking that Aston Martin. That was good racing. And it shows you here that it's not only about being fast on this fat track, it's also about being tough, being able to block your opponent. BMW gets 4 points, Mazda 3, and Chevy and Aston Martin DNF with 0 points. And again, the BMW is starting from that front row, and the Aston Martin is off for a good start, but now the BMW takes the lead, and the Aston Martin is blocking the Chevy, and he's out again. And the Aston Martin tries to overtake that BMW, but he's simply not fast enough. And the Mazda is again taking home 2 points here. And there we see the Chevrolet. Well, at least he's on his wheels this time. But the BMW is really fast. No chance there for the Aston Martin. Mazda finishing in third place. And the BMW is taking a big lead. But now, I think, in the third race, he will have to start from that rear row. So we see he has 8 points, Mazda 5, and the Aston Martin with 3 points. So still anybody's game. Not the Chevys maybe, but the Aston Martin is fast, but the BMW pushes from behind. And the Aston Martin blocks the BMW. Again, the Aston Martin with a very smart block, and now he's blocking the Chevrolet that tried to overtake there. And the Mazda again finishing with those 2 points. I mean, the Mazda is not really fast, but he's always taking home points, so that's good racing in a sense. And here, this dangerous first banked curve, as we see the Aston Martin finishing and the Chevy zigzagging, struggling because he tried so hard to overtake that Aston Martin. But now it's the BMW with 8 points, Mazda with 7, and Aston Martin with 7. So those 3 cars still with good chances to finish first and advance to the semifinals. Now the Chevrolet is taking the lead. The Mazda is pretty slow again. No blocks in those. And wow! The BMW just turned. He's going backwards now. And he's pushing the Mazda, but the Aston Martin is pushing the Mazda. And I don't know who ended up third and who ended up fourth right there. I mean, the Chevrolet took first place for sure. But who's first there? You can't really see it. I think the Aston Martin was a bit faster there, but we will have to see the official's decision, and they are giving this third place to the BMW. BMW with 2 points. I'm not really sure if that's the correct decision. I mean, this is After all, a German diecast racing channel, maybe a bit of patriotism, a bit of bias. So there's 10 points BMW, 10 Mazda, and they are tied. And because of the rule that the car with the most victories advances, the BMW will make it to the first semifinal as our first semifinalist under dubious circumstances. I don't know. I'm really not sure if this was the correct decision, but the BMW advances. And today, these 4 cars are competing: a Ford Mustang from the 1980s, a Volkswagen ID Buzz, a Subaru, and a Audi station wagon from the 1990s. So we're going straight into that first race. Mustang and ID Buzz are starting from that front row, and they both seem to be fast. The Mustang a bit faster than the ID Buzz and makes it to the first place there in the first bank turn. ID Buzz behind Audi, third place, zigzagging a bit. And what happened to the Subaru there in the back? He just fell out of that track. I don't know. The editors are first showing us the time. Oh, 7.047. That's a fast time by the Mustang. But the Subaru, he just, I don't know, fell out of that track without any interference by another car. Let's see what happened to him right there. He's just, he's sliding out of that track. Almost looks like there's black ice on the track or something. I don't know, maybe that white ground there is snow, or we don't really know, but terrible for him. That's did not finish, but the Mustang takes 4 points, takes the lead. ID Buzz in second place, and the Audi in third place. The Mustang is again starting from that front row, and he is fast, but the ID Buzz is pushing from behind, taking second place against that Audi, but the Mustang is really, really fast. Well, we don't really see him anymore. And the ID Buzz finishing in second place, Audi third, and the Subaru in fourth. And this is a fast time. Look at this. Mustang managed to finish below that 7-second mark. This is incredible. Wow, and this is really a good time. I don't know if we will see any other car maybe finishing even faster than this Mustang. It takes 4 points again. And it's pretty much the same picture as in the first race, but the Subaru finishing at least this time. And the Subaru is starting in the front this time, along with the Audi, but the Mustang is pushing from behind, taking second place right there. And the ID Buzz falls out of that track. And the Audi with a big lead. I think he will finish in first place. And this, what is the Subaru doing right there? What's the Subaru doing? I mean, he was sliding out of that track in the second heat, and now he's just stopping on the road. What did he do? And we see the ID Buzz there falling out of that track. This dangerous first banked turn. But let's take a look at the Subaru zigzagging, and then it almost looks like he pulled the handbrake. I mean, this is not a drifting contest. This is a racing competition. It's not about looking good or cool. It's about finishing fast. So the Subaru doesn't have any chance to advance to the semifinals, but the Mustang with good chances, and the Audi, I think, with 8 points in second place. So it looks good for the Mustang, but it's starting from the back now. He's taking second place. Wow. Great racing, and the bus is turning backwards. He's blocking the Mustang, blocking him again, and the Audi takes over. Overtakes the Mustang and the ID Buzz. And I don't know, what has happened there? Why was the ID Buzz blocking that Mustang so hard? Maybe, I mean, Volkswagen and Audi, after all, are the same company. So maybe there was some kind of a team order. They told the ID Buzz, just block that Mustang to have the Audi take 4 points and maybe advance. But I think it will not be enough for the Audi. It gets 4 points, but the Mustang gets 2. And so his points add up to 13, ID Buzz with 9, Subaru with a terrible performance, and the Audi with 12 points. So the Mustang will advance to the semifinals, and I'm really happy that the Mustang advances, because he was so fast, and it will be really, really interesting to see how he will be able to perform against that BMW 2002. These 4 cars are trying to gain a spot: a Nissan 180, a 1960s Fiat 500, Porsche 904, and a Mazda Repu, which is, I think, the only pickup truck ever to be built with a rotary engine. So it's going to be interesting to see how this car performs, and it performs pretty good. Nissan and Mazda have already overtaken the little Fiat, and the Porsche is overtaking the Fiat as well. Oh, poor little Fiat. He has started in that front line, and then he was relegated to 4th place. Maybe not that strong and not that fast kind of a car, but the Nissan takes 4 points, Mazda with 3, and Porsche with 2, and the Fiat gets 1 point. So the Nissan and the Mazda, the 2 cars from Japan, seem to be performing really good. Maybe we're going to see, after we have seen a German and an American car advance to the semifinals, maybe today we're going to see an Asian car advance. And these 2 Asian cars are now starting from that front line. The Nissan is fast, and the Mazda takes 2nd place. Porsche overtakes the Fiat, and now it's going to be these 3 competing for 1st and 2nd place, but no changes there. Nissan again takes 4 points, as we see the Fiat not even finishing this time. Yeah, it's just sliding out of that track there in the back, and ooh, wow, that's a hard fall there on the concrete floor. Too bad for the little Fiat, but we've seen this before in that 2nd banked turn. If you're not fast enough, you're simply sliding or falling out of that turn, and that has happened to that little Fiat, which looks really nice, but doesn't seem to be fast enough to perform in this type of race. Mazda and Nissan again strong, and Nissan overtakes the Porsche. And the Porsche tries, I think, to attack the Nissan there, and he's successful. He overtakes the Nissan, takes 2nd place. Wow, this was really good racing. That was strong and good racing. It's a sports car, and he was just faster at that in this final section of the fat track. Fiat DNFing again. Take a look at the Porsche. Overtakes that Nissan, and in the back, the Fiat, what's he doing? I mean, it's almost looking like he's taking a grind there. I mean, this is not skateboarding, this is racing. But so we have the Nissan with 10 points, Mazda with 10 points as well, and the Porsche with 7 points. So the Porsche still has chances, but it's highly unlikely that he's going to win this one, because it's 3 points apart from the Mazda and the Nissan, who are starting from the back now. But the Mazda is already in 2nd place, but he's sliding out of the track. Mazda is out. Porsche with a big lead. Fiat blocking the Nissan. Porsche finishes, and now the question is, will the Nissan be able to finish? We don't see him anymore. And the Fiat is not finishing either. So the Porsche takes those 4 points, and the Mazda, wow, on the concrete floor, hard hit there. But the Fiat managed to block the Nissan so hard, wow, fell out of that track also. We're going to see what happened there in the back now. Porsche with the big lead, Fiat blocking the Nissan. Yeah, and we've seen it before several times now. If there's not enough speed in the 2nd bank turn, then the cars will slide out, and that happened to the Nissan. And I think the consequences for the Nissan will be terrible. We need to check the points now. So the Nissan, Fiat, Repo, they all DNF. They get no points. Porsche gets 4, which means that the Nissan remains at 10 points. The Fiat, well, 1 point, terrible performance by him. And the Porsche will advance to the semifinals with 11 points because the Mazda has 10 points as well. So again, another German car advancing to the semifinals, and he will have to compete with that BMW 2002 and that really, really fast Ford Mustang. But there's still one more race day left to see who will take up that 4th place in the first semifinals. 4 more cars are competing for our semifinals. It's Bumblebee, a Volkswagen, Transformers branded Volkswagen, Ford Model A, Tesla Model Y, and a Audi RS. So it's 2 electric vehicles against 2 older cars, and those 2 old cars are starting there from the front line. Bumblebee and that Ford Model A, and that Model A, this old car from the 1930s, is really going fast. Wow, big lead for him. But what's he doing there? Bumblebee and Audi crash into the Ford. Tesla crashes into the Ford as well. Bumblebee and Audi still manage to finish. Wow, what happened to the Ford there? He was so fast. And then we'll have to take a look at the slow-mo. It seemed, I think he was hitting the edge of that barrier there. And then hard crashes. Bumblebee, Audi crash into the Ford, but they managed to finish somehow. And the Tesla, I didn't really know those Teslas, they do have those automated driving assistance systems, but they didn't really seem to work here. Maybe there's a bug in the software. Guess we would have to ask Elon Musk about that. But Bumblebee with 4 points, Audi with 3 points, and now these 2 cars are in the front line. And Ford and Volkswagen, these are 2 fast cars. Volkswagen takes the lead. Ford right behind him, attacks him now, overtakes the bug, but the Audi comes from behind. And the Ford, he manages to finish first by a very narrow margin. Tesla crashes again, this time into the Audi. Pretty hard bump there again. Automated systems failing. What's going on with those automated driving systems there? But what a great race. Bumblebee attacking the Ford. And then Audi comes in, takes the 2nd place. But Bumblebee again overtakes the Audi, but the Audi at least finishes with the assistance of that Tesla that has not been performing really well in these races so far, but at least finishes this time. So this means that Bumblebee with 7 points in the lead now, Audi 5, Ford 4, and Tesla just 1 point. Not a good 1 point. Not a good performance so far. And he has that fast Ford right behind him now. But the Audi manages to take the lead. Ford can't overtake the Tesla, but tries now. Tesla still in 3rd place. Audi finishing. Oh, and what's Bumblebee doing there? Not a good move by Bumblebee. I think he tried a bit too hard to attack that Audi and lost speed. Maybe, I think we'll take a look at the slow-mo right there, but I think it was a mistake there by Bumblebee. He just should have stayed in his lane. Should have said, well, I'll take 3rd place, go and take 1st place, Audi, and we'll see each other in the last race. As we see, the Ford did not finish this time. Too bad for him. There, take a look. Yeah, well, doesn't really come out well out of that 2nd bank curve. Bumblebee, that is. And then Tesla manages to overtake him, and Bumblebee DNFs. Just not really good for him because he already had those 7 points, and now Audi has 9, so Bumblebee really has to attack hard in that last and final race. Had he taken those 3 points, it would have been a totally different ballgame. But now Ford and Tesla, the slow cars, are starting in the front line. Ford is a fast car, and as we see here, it is fast, and Bumblebee manages to take 2nd place. Audi caught behind the slow Tesla. Ford is going to take this one. Bumblebee is going to finish in 2nd place, but the Audi manages to finish in 3rd place. Last minute overtake there. Wow. This is a great race day, lots of overtaking. And take a look at the Audi. Tesla moves there onto the left lane, and Audi just overtakes him. And I think these could be important points that it takes home, because Bumblebee now finishes with 10 points, and the Ford with 2 impressive wins, but also 2 DNFs. So it's just 8 points for him, and Tesla just 5 points. But the Audi, I mean, his points add up to 11. So the Audi RS is going to advance to the semifinals. And people say that German car manufacturers are in a crisis at the moment, but you don't see it here. I mean, this is good German engineering. 3 German cars in the semifinals and a Ford. 4 cars are competing: a Mercedes-Benz 500e, a Pontiac Firebird from the 1980s, a Volkswagen T3 bus, and the Ford Maverick pickup truck. So it's a pretty interesting mix of cars competing today. And the Mercedes off to a good start, taking the lead there with the Pontiac in second place, the bus in third, and the Maverick in fourth. And it seems like the Mercedes, wow, is really fast. Pontiac, Volkswagen, and Maverick are finishing in order. 6.872. Wow, that's a good time. Maybe that Mercedes will be able to get a better time than the Ford Mustang. It would be kind of like an upset. I mean, this time has been standing since day 2. No car has been faster since, but the Mercedes might be able to. 4 points for him, 3 for the Pontiac, 2 for the Volkswagen, and 1 for the Maverick pickup truck. Mercedes again starting from that front row. Oh, that was some good racing there. He stopped for a second, and then the Pontiac sort of gave him extra power, and the Mercedes is super fast. Maverick in second position, and is this a new best time? No, it's not. 6.720. So close, but he didn't make it, and I guess he will not make it in the 2 next races, because he will be starting from that rear row there with some slower cars in front of him. But he's definitely leading the field now with 8 points. Maverick this time 3 points, Pontiac 1, and the bus again with 2 points, but still good chances for all cars because there were no DNFs so far. Seems to be a pretty strong group, and Mercedes now in that rear row behind the Maverick. The bus is taking the lead into the fat track. Maverick right behind him. Mercedes pushing the Maverick, but he's pushing him so they can overtake the bus. And what's the bus doing? Wow! He's blocking the Mercedes and the Pontiac, and I don't even know who finished first there. Was it the Mercedes or the Pontiac? We'll have to check here in the slow-mo, although I doubt that the slow-mo will give us a really good answer here. I think, well, the Mercedes might have been a bit faster. Let's see the officials' decision. They are giving those 2 points to the Mercedes. Well, again, to the German car, just like in the first race, when they made that very, well, dubious decision, giving the BMW the 2 points. But here I think it was really close, and it's probably a good decision. Now on to the 4th race. The bus takes the lead, but he flips over on his roof and is blocking everyone. Pontiac in first position. Now will the Mercedes and the Maverick be able to go to overtake the bus? No, they're not. Pontiac finishes first, and all other cars DNF. Terrible time, but it doesn't really matter. But I doubt that this will be enough for the Pontiac. But take a look at this. There's pandemonium there in that second banked curve. The Mercedes still on the track at least, but the Maverick has fallen out. And take a look, they're in the back. The bus on his roof just blocking everyone, and then it seems as if the Mercedes is shifting into the reverse gear, trying to avoid to fall out of that track. But the Mercedes now with 10 points. It should be enough, I think. 10 points for the Mercedes, and it's 7 for the no, it's 9 for the Pontiac, but it's not enough. 7 for the Volkswagen Bus and 8 for the pickup truck. So the Mercedes will advance to the semifinals, our first semifinalist of the second semifinals. And take a look at this. 4 German cars, all luxury brand cars: Porsche, Audi, BMW, Mercedes, and then there's that Mustang. I have good news for all you guys in America, Asia, and all European countries that are not Germany. There is no German car competing today, so we will have for sure a semi-finalist that is not from Germany. Ford Mustang Dark Horse, Honda Civic, Aston Martin, and a Lamborghini Huracan Sterato are competing today. And the Ford Mustangs are for a good start, taking a big lead here. Honda, Lambo, and Aston Martin behind, but you don't even see them anymore. That Mustang is really fast, finishing by a far margin, and the Lambo finishes second. He was pushed over that finish line by the Aston Martin there. But the Ford Mustang dominating the field even more than the Mercedes yesterday. But the time, 7.171, is not even that good. So maybe all those other cars are slow and the Mustang is not even that fast. But look at the Lambo, pushed over that finish line by the Aston Martin. So Lambo finishing in second place. Dark Horse, of course, takes those 4 points. Honda Civic with 2 and the Aston Martin with 1. But the Ford Mustang really strong against these opponents. Or maybe they are no competition for him. I don't know. They seem a bit slow. Even that Lamborghini, you would suppose that's a fast car. But the Mustang again dominating the field. If he doesn't make any mistake here, this will be a good time. Finishing with a 7.135. Oh, and all other cars are not even finishing. The Aston Martin flipped on his roof, stopping the Honda, and the Lambo obviously was pushed out of the track right there under circumstances that our camera did not see because the Mustang was so fast. And of course, we're always focusing on the first car. So Mustang again with 4 points. He has to start from the back now. But all other cars DNF. And I mean, that's good news for the Mustang. Beautiful blue car, this Dark Horse. Wow, a really good looking car. And he is pushing the Lambo now, pushing the Lambo into first position. But now he's trying to overtake and we're pushing him out of the tracks. He outsmarted him there. And now the Mustang is in the lead again and the Aston Martin falls out of the track. What's going on here? So many DNFs. Honda at least finishing now. But only 2 cars finishing after 3 DNFs in the last race, 2 again. But I think that the Mustang did it on purpose, pushing that Lamborghini out of those tracks, because after all, this was probably the strongest of those 3 opponents. And yeah, I don't know, the Aston Martin just came out terribly out of this second curve. And the Honda at least finishing very slowly, but he is 8.056, not a good time. But of course the Mustang had to start behind the Lamborghini. And there is not much tension left. The Ford Mustang will proceed to the semi-final, but the big question is, will he be able to get a sweep? Will he be able to get 4 points in each and every race, something that has not been done by any car so far? He's pushing the Honda Civic. He's in second position now, pushing the Aston Martin out of the track. Again, a good push. And now he's trying to overtake that Honda Civic, but the Civic is able to stop him. He was, yeah, well, he basically put the brakes on or something, and just stopped that Mustang. So there is no sweep, but still a very strong performance by that Ford Mustang Dark Horse, that stallion from the United States. as we see the three cars slowly rolling through the finish line. 8.845. Yeah, I suppose that all those other cars were really, really slow, so they were no competition for the Ford Mustang, who wins by with a big lead. 15 points for him, 9 for the Honda, 1 for the Aston Martin. Wow, that's embarrassing. And 5 for the Lamborghini. Embarrassing again. I mean, after all, this is a hypercar. Expensive sports car. Just 5 points. Well, but the Ford Mustang proceeds, and so we see 2 Ford Mustangs and 4 German cars. Today, an Alfa Romeo, a Honda CRX, a Chrysler Pacifica, and a GMC Cyclone will try to advance to the semis. Alfa Romeo and Honda starting in the front row, and the Alfa takes the lead. The GMC tries to overtake the Honda, and as sort of like a collateral damage, the Pacifica is being pushed out of the track. Honda finishing in second place and GMC in third. And the Alfa takes home 4 points. We see the Pacifica here. Wow, you see the dirt on his wheels. I don't know, he could have cleaned the car before riding these tracks here. Sort of like a strange version of that Pacifica. It's more like a family van, but this one looks like an off-road edition or something. Certainly, he has been driving off-road with all this dirt on his wheels, and I don't know, maybe that's a distraction, but the GMC Cyclone is fast. GMC Cyclone taking first position, Chrysler Pacifica in second position now. Pushing the GMC, pushing him out of the tracks. And the Chrysler is finishing in first position, but the Alfa blocks the Honda, and he blocks so hard that he's not even finishing. And what a terrible mistake there by the Alfa. I mean, he tried to block that Honda, but by doing so, he became so slow that neither he nor the Honda finished. GMC not finishing either. But I don't know if that was not smart racing. I mean, it could have taken the at least the 2 points, even if the Honda had overtaken him. But so is 3 DNFs in this race, and the Pacifica taking those 4 points. So it's a totally different situation now. Chrysler with 4 points, Alfa with 4 points, Honda 3, GMC 2. Anything can happen here still. And by the way, that GMC, I think that's one of the fastest pickup trucks ever built, and it really looks cool, like straight from the 90s. Blocking the Pacifica now, but the Pacifica pushes him out of the tracks, but flips on his roof, exposing his dirty tires, and the Alfa finishing second. Well, no, I thought he was finishing first, but the Honda overtakes him last second. Awesome racing there by the Honda. And our camera now searching the Chrysler and the GMC. The Chrysler is sitting here, his dirty tires. And there are many DNFs here. And I don't know, maybe the Chrysler, maybe some dirt fell off his tires here onto the track. And that's why cars keep sliding out of the track or on the track. And as we see the Honda here, well, this was really good racing. Awesome. Well done by the Honda. And maybe 7 points now for the Honda, 7 for the Alfa, 4 for the Chrysler, and 2 for the GMC, who's pretty much out of this competition. But maybe the Honda has a good chance to advance as the first Asian car. He's starting in front of that Alfa now, but the Pacifica and the GMC take the lead. GMC in second position now, and the Alfa is out. That's good news for the Honda. If the Honda manages to finish, I think that he will advance to the semifinals. Although, I mean, the Chrysler with 4 points again, 7.48. Yeah, this is a slow group. quite generally not the strongest group, to be honest. These cars here don't really seem to be good for this type of race. The Chrysler finishing first, GMC second, and then the Honda takes those 2 points, and I think this should be enough. Let's see. The Alfa Romeo with 7 points now, and the 88 Honda CRX with 9. Chrysler 8, and the Cyclone just 5 points. So it's the Honda. We have our first Asian car in the semi-final. Wow! Awesome news for all you guys watching from Japan. This Honda, I mean, the performance has not been the best. But as we've seen, so much can happen in these races that he still has a chance maybe to make it to the final. Today, 2 Chevrolets are competing, a Custom 53 and his 1970 Camaro, along with a Datsun and a Tesla Cyberquad. That 53 Chevy, that purple car, is a treasure hunt model, so it's kind of a rare paint job that you're seeing there. The Datsun takes the lead. Chevy stays in second position, and the Chevy tries to attack the Datsun now, but the Camaro overtakes the Chevy. But what's the Datsun doing? It's spinning. The Datsun just spinning, and I think the Camaro passed the Chevy there, but then the Chevy took second position again once that Datsun spinned and blocked the other 2 cars. Took the speed out of that Camaro, or Camaro. I think it was originally pronounced Camaro, but now they're calling it Camaro. Yeah, and Chevy finishing in second position. Wow, what a finish. What a terrific first race. 4 points for the Datsun, 3 for the custom Chevy, and 2 for the Camaro. Cyberquad doesn't finish at all, falling out of that track. And now it's the Datsun next to the Camaro in the front line, but the Datsun again takes a big lead when that Chevrolet bumped into him, and I think the Datsun spins again, but he will stay in first position. Chevrolet finishing second, Camaro third, and the Tesla this time finishing 7.9, slow time. More than a second slower than that Mustang. It still holds the record for the fastest lap here. But what a race. I think the cars basically finished in the same positions as they did in that first heat, with the exception of the Cyberquad that did manage to gain 1 point at least. But it's 8 points for the Datsun now, 6 for the custom Chevy, 4 for the Camaro. But the Camaro and the Cyberquad, they are starting from that front line now. And the Camaro takes the lead. Datsun right behind him passes the Cyberquad. And now the Camaro with a big lead. And the Cyberquad attacking the Datsun but falls out of the track. Datsun stays in second position. Chevrolet finishing third. And the Cyberquad fell out of that track once again. I don't know, these Teslas have not been performing well in these races. Remember that Model Y with that, well, pretty terrible performance, lots of accidents, and the Cyberquad, I mean, I don't know, is this a Ghost Rider? We don't really see anyone riding that quad. It's a prototype anyway, so I don't know if anyone has ever really driven that Cyberquad before. Well, but that goes Cyberquad, 1 point just for him, and it's 11 for the Datsun, but 8 for the both of the Chevrolets, so still chances for these cars. And the Chevrolet takes the lead, Datsun behind him. If the Datsun finishes, I think he will advance to the semifinals. Now this looks like a slow race. The Datsun spins again, and he spins on his roof. He just flipped on his roof, and the Chevrolet finishes, and I think no other car will finish in this race. Wow, what happened there? The Datsun again spinning. That's his problem. It has been his problem in all those other races that he keeps spinning out of position, and this time everything went wrong and it's mayhem there. And the Chevrolet, the treasure hunt Chevrolet, taking home 4 points. And I think this should be enough. The Datsun with 2 wins, but it's just 11 points. And let's see, the Chevrolet with 12 points. Cyberquad, terrible performance, just 1 point, and the Camaro, 8 points. So the Chevrolet, the Custom 53, this beautiful purple car, will be our last semifinalist, and our semifinals are complete. These 4 cars have qualified: a BMW 2002, a Ford Mustang from the 1980s, a Porsche 904, and an Audi e-tron, electric vehicle that is. The Ford Mustang has been the fastest car in the tournament so far, with this time of 6.706, and he's starting fast, but I think the BMW is a bit faster, passes the Mustang there in the first curve. Porsche overtakes the Mustang, but what's happening there? The BMW spins, and now he's going backwards, and he's blocking everyone else. Wow. I'm wondering if that BMW did this on purpose. If he did, I mean, this would have been awesome racing. Just blocking all the competition and finishing by going backwards. And he's pretty fast considering that he's in the reverse gear there. 8.316, not a good time, but as I said, I mean, he was driving backwards, and he takes home 4 points. Everyone else leaves with Zilk. So that's an excellent start for the BMW, with this 4 points lead now. And he's again starting from that front position with the Mustang right behind him. Mustang trying to move into second place and succeeds, but the Audi passes him again, and the Audi now spins and blocks the other cars. Porsche is driven out of the track. Audi and Mustang finish. But wow, what's going on here? So many blocks. Yeah, but I mean, this, after all, is the semifinal, and these are strong cars. They know how to race, and they know that in this type of race, it's not only about being fast. You gotta block your opponents. You gotta be strong, tough. And the Audi takes those 3 points as the BMW again leaves with 4. We can see it here now. The BMW now with a big lead of 8 points. Audi 3, Mustang 2, and the Porsche has been a disappointment so far. But let's see. Now the Porsche is starting from that front lane. BMW has to start from behind in this and the next race. Porsche is fast, but the Audi tries to attack, spins again, and this time the BMW is pushed out of the track. What's the Mustang doing? Can he overtake the Audi? Yes, he can. Yes, he can, and the Audi moves to third place. But still, I think the Mustang has been a bit of a disappointment in this semi-final. He is the fastest car, as we see the BMW here being pushed out of that track, but he was the fastest car. But we don't see that much of this today. I mean, this is a nice passing here. Audi zigzagging a bit. Should have stayed in his lane, should have kept his speed. But Mustang takes home 3 points, Audi 2, Porsche 4. So it's still anybody's game. Even the Porsche with those 4 points, I mean, BMW has 8. But if the BMW doesn't finish, and the Porsche is the only finisher, and we've seen this before, he could go home the winner here today. Let's see. The Mustang is fast, but the Porsche has the inner lane and overtakes the Mustang. Mustang in second place, BMW third, Audi fourth. Will there be any passings? No! BMW finishes, Audi comes in fourth, 6.851. That's a good time by the Porsche. And the Mustang again not succeeding, gaining that first place. It's a disappointment. But I think since the BMW finished, let's take a look. He had those 8 points. He gets 2. So he will have 10 points now at the end of 4 races. And the Mustang has 8 points. The Porsche has 8. And the Audi just 6 points. So the BMW 2002 will advance to the finals. And it will be very exciting to learn who he will have to race in this final race. And maybe he will win this whole tournament. Today we will learn who will advance to the final to meet the BMW 2002. And it's gonna come down to those 2 cars, the Mercedes-Benz 500e and the Ford Mustang Dark Horse. These both cars have been performing so well in the qualifiers. Anything else would be an upset. The Mercedes is starting very well, pushing himself into first place. Mustang follows right behind him, tries to attack him there, but I think the Mercedes, yes, will finish first. And the Chevrolet and the Honda, they are following slowly, driving here through that finish gate. And the Mercedes with a good performance. Mustang strong as well, but not able to overtake him. Interesting that the Mercedes is faster there. That Mustang that almost swept the qualifiers. But here he's not able to overtake the Mercedes, who leaves with 4 points. Mustang 3, Chevrolet 2, Honda 1. But I mean, we've seen so many things happening in this tournament, and now the Mustang has to start from the back. Anything can still happen, but those cars are strong. Mustang able to push into second position. Will he be able to pass that Mercedes this time? No, the lead is even bigger, and the Mercedes will gain 4 points. The Mustang 2, and the Chevrolet again, Mustang 3, Chevrolet 2, Honda 1. And it's a 6.629, and we have a new record time. It's a new best time. Wow. Wow, this best time that had been standing for such a long time by the Mustang, and now the Mercedes makes it 6.629. And as we see, it's the exact situation as in the first heat. But I mean, this best time will not be worth anything for the Mercedes if he's not able to win this second semi-final. And he has to start behind the Chevrolet, but he's able to overtake the Honda. He's in second position now. Now he attacks the Chevrolet. Will he be able to get first? But no, he's pushed out of the track. And the Mustang did not pass the Chevrolet. Oh, I think he did not pass him. It was extremely close. But I think the Chevrolet a bit faster there, as the Mercedes fell onto that concrete floor, hard hit. Wow, this is good news for the Mustang. I don't know if the Mustang pushed the Mercedes out. If he did, that was smart. Yeah, but the Chevrolet finishing first, for sure here. But I think it was more the Chevrolet was blocking that attack from the Mercedes, and now it's the Mustang with 9 points, Mercedes 8, and the Chevrolet has 8 points as well. So anything is still possible here, and the Mustang starting from the front now, Mercedes right behind him trying to attack him, Mustang in the lead. Will the Mercedes be able to pass him? No, the lead is bigger now. If the Mustang doesn't make any mistake, which he doesn't, he finishes first, Mercedes in second place. And where are the Chevrolet and the Honda? Oh, they somehow got into a turmoil there. Accident in the first dangerous bank curve, but the Mustang just so strong. Mercedes not able to pass him, and yeah, I mean, he zigzags a bit there in the end. I think his motivation was gone. He knew he had no chance, and so the Mercedes now with 3 points and 11 Total points, Mustang 13, Honda 4, and the Chevrolet still at 8. So the Ford Mustang is our second finalist, and we have a great final. It's the final of the Fat Track tournament here at Mini Racermania. BMW 2002 against Ford Mustang Dark Horse. It's a best of 3, so whoever wins 2 races first will be pronounced the grand winner. The Mustang is fast in this first race, and he takes first position. BMW right behind. Will the BMW be able to overtake him? No, he will not. Mustang takes home this first win. That's a good start. I mean, also psychologically, if you're winning this first race in the lead, and now the pressure is on the BMW. Of course, we have a lane change, so the BMW on that inner lane now, and he has a good start. But the Mustang is faster now and overtakes him even before that bank curve. Mustang in the lead now. Will the BMW be able to catch up? It doesn't look like he will, and the Mustang finishing first, winning those 2 races. There's no need for a third race. The Mustang wins, and the BMW no chance at all in this final. Here is your winner, the Ford Mustang Dark Horse. Wow, it's been a great tournament, everyone. But there is still many more great tournaments to come here in Mini Racermania. So long, everyone. See you.